In the grand kingdom of Minutia, everything was measured by its size and importance. The land was ruled by King Magnifico, a wise and powerful ruler who believed that even the smallest things in life had their place. However, there was a growing debate in the kingdom: how small is too small to matter. One day, King Magnifico gathered the brightest minds of the land, including Sir Calculus, the wise Lady Geometry, and the clever young apprentice, Pixel. "I have a challenge for you," the king announced. "We all know that time is made of hours, minutes, and seconds. But tell me, how small must a moment be before we can ignore it entirely?" Pixel, eager to impress, blurted out, "A second is already very small. It's just a tiny part of a minute, which is itself just a part of an hour. Surely a second is too small to matter." Sir Calculus chuckled. "A young Pixel, let me show you something." He pulled out an ancient timepiece and let a drop of water fall onto its surface. A single drop of water is tiny, but if you collect enough, it fills a bucket. Small things may not always be negligible. But Lady Geometry added, "If we take a small part of a small thing, and then take a small part of that at some point, it becomes so insignificant that it no longer affects the whole." To explain further, Sir Calculus told a story. Once upon a time, an ox in the royal stables was troubled by a flea. The flea was small, but it irritated the ox. However, this flea had an even smaller flea living on it, and that flea had an even tinier flea. The ox complained about the flea on his back, but he never worried about the flea's flea or the flea's flea because they were too small to make a difference. That, my young apprentice, is the idea of different degrees of smallness. Pixel's eyes widened. "So you're saying that some small things matter, but some are so tiny they can be ignored?" "Exactly," Sir Calculus nodded. "In calculus, we call these small parts differentials. A single differential like dx is a small change in x. It's important. But when you multiply two differentials together like dx, you get something even smaller, so small that we often ignore it." Lady Geometry stepped forward with another example. "If I give you a farthing, it's a tiny amount of money compared to a gold coin. But if you compare that farthing to a treasure chest filled with gold, it becomes utterly meaningless. This is how we decide what is small enough to ignore in mathematics." Pixel thought for a moment and then said, "So in calculus, when we square a tiny change like dx, it's so small that we don't need to worry about it, just like the flea's flea or a farthing compared to a fortune." "Precisely," King Magnifico declared. "This understanding allows mathematicians to simplify equations and solve problems that seem impossible." King Magnifico was so pleased with this discussion that he made a royal declaration. "Henceforth, the people of Minutia shall use the wisdom of calculus. We shall respect small things, but only when they matter, and we shall ignore the flea's flea when it no longer makes a difference." The entire court cheered, and Pixel realized he had taken his first step into the vast world of calculus. Moral of the story: in mathematics, just as in life, not all small things are equally important. Some tiny changes matter, but others are so negligible that they can be ignored. This concept is crucial in calculus, where we deal with different orders of smallness and use them to simplify our calculations.
Hey there! I hope you enjoyed this story. If you found it helpful, like this video and subscribe for more. Share it with your friends, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do not forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.